All right, guys, we're gonna watch this this video here. So he's talking about mental health disorders. It's a short video. We're just gonna sort of get into the minds of these cocksuckers, all these fucking doctors and government agents and fucking psychs and fucking all these cocksuckers who make money off the industry of people who are sensitive. Okay?
So here are likely co-occurring disorders with FASD. Again, these first four here because of the genetic link. So they
Genetic link. You see how he threw that in there real quick?
may have a co-occurring ADHD and FASD. And people always say, well, if they have both, will stimulants help if they need medication? And my response is stimulants may help them filter out stimuli and focus. It's not going to help them remember 3 directions at once. It's not going to help with the FASD piece. If they have schizophrenia, major depression, bipolar disorder, again, the treatment for those needs to be modified. We can't use talk therapy. It's not going to work. We can't use our typical approaches in mental health.
He just said they can't use talk therapy. Guys, these cocksuckers completely blow over the abuse and the effects of the abuse.
It's not going to work. And they may have a co-occurring substance use disorder, and we'll see this a lot in, first of all, the interesting thing is we found that for those with FASD who use substances, their age of first use is much younger than those who don't have FASD. And the average age seems to be, of those we have seen, maybe around 12. So, again, earlier substance use might be another indicator.
Earlier substance use. Do you notice? Okay, notice what he said. He didn't say substance use. He said earlier substance use. Okay? The unspoken acknowledgement here being everybody's going to use substances. It's just they're using it earlier. And that's what I'm trying to say is that the reason they're using it earlier is because they have us with these mental issues do not fall in line. We don't give a fuck about your age. Fucking, oh, we got to be 16 before we experiment with drugs. Fuck, we're 12 years old. We know something's up. We're going to fucking try it.
Or could this be somebody with FASD? Other likely co-occurring disorders, again, many of them have sensory integration issues. They're, like oversensitive to light, sound, temperatures, textures, tastes. Very young kids are seen as picky eaters.
Guys, this is all hypersensitive. Very young kids are seen as picky eaters. We've already gone over how abusive it is that we shove fucking processed and fake foods down our fucking kids' throat 5 times a goddamn day. Watch this. Watch this.
Some of them don't develop good enamel on their teeth because of the prenatal exposure. Certain foods like mashed potatoes, peas, ice cream sometimes they don't like, and they're just seen as picky eaters, but it's not the...
Did you just hear all this processed foods he mentioned? They don't people like us sometimes, so they just seem like picky eaters.
They're just picky eaters. So these sensory issues are really
It's a sensory. Do you hear what he's saying, though, guys? It's a fucking sensory issue. Like, your body is telling you, fuck no. Don't put that shit in my mouth. Your body is telling your body is telling you, your mind is telling you, fuck no. Don't listen to what this fucking teacher has to say. They're so full of shit. They're trying to program you. That's what's happening. This is what I'm trying to get across to you guys. All of us with these so-called mental health disorders, do you notice that word fucking disorder? It's because we are disorderly. We refuse to follow in line with their orders because their orders are not organic. Their orders are not human. Their orders are not healthy. Their orders are against what our natural biological state of being is. But yet they call it mental health disorders.
Hypersensitivity is something to pay attention to. They may have a co-occurring reactive attachment disorder, especially if they've been moved around a lot. But even if they have a co-occurring reactive attachment disorder, the approach to RAD needs to be different. They may have a separation anxiety disorder, especially if they've been moved around a lot. Now, I've heard of people with FASD who have been in 7, 17, or 27 foster homes.
We're just going to stop that right there. This is so disgusting. This is so absolutely disgusting. These cocksuckers, these self-righteous fucking pigs, okay? These fuckers that think they're above every fucking buddy else and think they know so much and act like their jobs are so fucking important and we are never going to figure this out without all their fucking knowledge, right? These cocksuckers don't want to acknowledge the fact that we are being born into an extremely abusive system. You listen to the way they talk and all they want to do is make us conform into this system. Look, he's like, they have some kind of separation in order because they've been in and out of foster homes their whole life.
By the time before they're 18 years old. Because they keep moving around from foster home to foster home to foster home, because we also don't often train foster parents in understanding FASD.
Why is he smiling? Why is he smiling? You're putting kids who have supposed mental health disorders with foster parents, who most foster parents are pieces of shit who are sexually abusing, physically abusing, and using their fucking foster kids for money from the state. And he thinks it's a fucking game.
And these are very, very difficult kids to parent. They don't eat well. They don't sleep well. They get into trouble with their siblings.
Did you hear what he just said? They're very difficult kids to parent because they don't eat well. They don't sleep well. Guys, this is so absolutely disgusting. The systems of abuse that we live under, where these fucking people who are looked up to, that are supposedly there, that are giving help and teaching other people how to help people that are having supposed mental health disorders.
They get into trouble in school. They get into trouble at home.
Why is he smiling? Why does he think this is funny?
Are overwhelming to deal with, and they don't respond to the typical reward and consequence systems. They certainly may.
They don't respond to the typical reward and consequence system. See? That's abusive fucking programming, guys. Do you understand? That's how you train a goddamn monkey. That's how you try a fucking animal. These people are disgusting. This is disgusting what he's talking about and how he's going about talking about it, in the ways that they look at it and think about it. They don't get along. They need intense therapy. He's talking about kids that are fucking in and out of foster care. I mean, how much more obvious the trauma that these kids have been through, the separation anxiety, the lack of nourishment, of emotional nourishment. It's so fucking obvious.
They experience post-traumatic stress disorder because of the level of abuse that they experience from early on in life. Again, they don't eat well. They don't sleep well.
They don't eat well. They don't sleep well. What do you say eat well and sleep well, cocksucker? Is that according to you? They don't eat 5 meals a day and eat all that fucking processed shit in the fucking government pyramid program, food pyramid program? Guys, mental health disorders. It's a disorder because we refuse to fall in line with their orders and eat how they tell us to eat, and sleep how they tell us to sleep, and think how they tell us to think, and act how they tell us to act, and sit in class for 8 hours a day for 18 years like they want us to. No, they want us to eat well, sleep well, act well, behave well, listen well, test well.
Those with FASD have
That's all they want. They want you compliant. This guy, look at the look on his face. These people are, these people spend night and day trying to figure out how to get you to comply. They think you have a problem because your brain, your mind refused from an early an age to bend to their will. Your body and mind and soul work together to refuse to eat their poisonous foods and reject their poisonous thoughts and words and programs. And they're sitting here telling you, well, you made it this far. You made it past birth. You made it 8 years. And, well, it seems like you're still suffering from this non-compliance disorder. So we're going to figure this out.
Significant sleep disturbances. They can't get asleep, but they don't stay asleep either. So they are at high risk.
Did you hear what he said? They can't get to sleep, but they can't stay asleep either. How many fucking adults is that? Listen to what he's describing here. What he is describing is everybody who has any kind of, is in touch at all with their soul still, who is in touch at all with their mind still, and has, hasn't been completely lost to the programming and zombified.
Of abuse and trauma as young kids because they don't respond.
Look, this is the only time he mentions abuse and trauma. Just real quick, in a 2-second, because they don't respond.
The way others do. And they're also at high risk for abuse and trauma because they don't recognize dangerous people in dangerous situations. This is due to damage.
Yeah, like their parents when they're born and the doctors that they're born to. See, they're skipping past all this, and that's what creates this cognitive dissonance, because you hear this guy speak and you're like, yeah, I guess they can't be taught how to recognize dangerous people when we're born to dangerous people, abusive people. And that's what they do. They're fucking with your head because they're making you think, oh, well, I guess my parents aren't abusive. I guess they didn't abuse me.
And the amygdala of the brain, which is responsible for recognizing fear and knowing what to do. And again, they don't learn from being in a dangerous situation not to be in that situation again, because that area of the brain is damaged.
It's due to being in a highly, extremely toxic society. And we were not meant to constantly be in fight or flight or have to fucking conform to non-organic biological bullshit.
So just don't do it. Doesn't work. So you may experience PTSD, but most of our treatment for post-traumatic stress disorder is cognitive behavioral therapy, and it's not going to work unless it's modified. The problem in mental health is that we diagnose people based on what we see, and we treat people based on diagnosis. There's been some talk in the field of psychiatry over the last 15 years or so about the possibility of moving more to a symptom-based treatment system, where we look at what's going on with the individual and then how do we treat that. But we're not there yet. We treat people based on diagnosis. So if you get a youth in your class who's diagnosed with oppositional defiant disorder, we know exactly what we need to do.
Did you hear what he just said? They aren't treating people. They are not treating individuals. They are treating groups of people, and they are grouping them into these mental health disorders. Did you hear it? He just fucking said it. They group them into these fucking... So if you have ODD, ADHD, whatever you come in with, they are going to treat you with that. There is a criteria. They run you through the fucking program. Okay? They are not addressing the trauma. They are not addressing the fact that we live in abusive societies. All these are agents of the state. And you know what cocksuckers like him think? They think, oh man, they go home, they tell everybody, oh, I help people. I help people. Ooh, look at me. I'm such a good person. I help. I'm finding out so much. All my knowledge. I'm so smart. Look at me. Ooh. And all he is doing is virtue signaling to everybody how great he is with his fucking fat paycheck to fucking sit here and figure out how to get people to be compliant and fall in line. And instead of addressing the main problem, which is the systems of abuse under which we live in slavery, he is trying to fucking figure out ways to make your brain and your body adapt to slavery. Period.
If you get somebody, a youth who's diagnosed with bipolar disorder, we know what we need to do because here's the treatment for bipolar disorder.
See? They put you in a box, guys. That's all they fucking do. And these cocksuckers, they got a pill for everything.
And we don't really think about, more broadly than that.
They don't think more broadly than that. These guys get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. They're highly regarded, highly looked up to, highly sought out. Their egos are fucking enormous. And they think they're saints because they're helping you. And yet they don't think past a diagnosis. This is disgusting. And they're so blatantly in your face. This has been going so long. These cocksuckers are so fucking blatantly abusive and so fucking used to it and so used to these systems of abuse that they can sit here and talk like this. And most people won't even pick up on all the fucking nasty shit that's falling out of his mouth.
So if there's a co-occurring FASD with other disorders, we really need to pay attention to that because everything we do needs to be different.
It's a fucking joke, guys. Wake up. If you have family members that are being treated for mental disorders, you need to fucking rethink your position. You need to fucking soften your heart and, apologize to those motherfuckers because what's happening is you are a fucking mind-controlled zombie and they're not.